some reason my game just crashed. I don't know why. Ah. Can I just say something? Whoa, what? Yeah. Thanks for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. What the? A lot of people don't take those steps seriously. They just leave the clock set 12 and call it a day. I'm a little bit, but you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Hey, no problem. I'll make you a deal. What? Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Let's go back to the video game now. Wow, that's actually cool. What a fourth wall break. Wow, that's actually cool. Um, okay, hang on, guys. I need to head back to my stream. Okay, let's get this going. I just now wondered what would happen if I set the time to 427.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Welcome back. Hang on. What is this? Quit the game and then start again. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bro, I like that there's new content there and...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Hey. Look at all these names. Oh my goodness. This is you. Oh my god. Okay then.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Sorry. I'm on the burn. I can't.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
I remember this.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh gosh. It is. Oh gosh.
Aha!
Yo, what?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. The PC version was different. We're on PlayStation. That's why. Hold on. Okay, I remember specifically. On the PC version, you got to play Minecraft and Portal. This is
About Stanley.
this
What's our
is
backstory? What is our
what?
motivation?
What actually is this game? This is
Well, it seems obvious.
oh, this is a um Firewatch or what is it called? It's called
Appears
something.
to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted
I
erotic
never
purpose.
played this game, but
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I know what this game is. It's just I never really played it. Oh wow.
Oh, no. No, 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 it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What
Oh.
the?
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to
Jonesy Lake? Is that a Fortnite
follow.
reference?
You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
So much lag.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find a...
Oh, what's the other? Guys, I'm actually so excited. I don't know what the other game's gonna be.
Another
We
game.
just gotta see. We have to
Preferably
see.
something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Oh, lag.
Okay, I think
Something
this
with
will
walls.
be just the thing.
What is it gonna be? I'm kind of almost excited, but at the same time, I might not know the game, so...
Wonderful. See, this is exactly...
Are you kidding me? Oh my god! No way. Dude, no. Rocket League?
what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Are you kidding me? Whoa! First person Rocket League, let's go.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little... Hold on. What are you doing?
What? I think I just broke the game. I broke a game in a game.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh yeah, guys, so I actually... had to look up what this was. Because, it looked really familiar. But then I realized, guys... I realized that this is the first iteration of the Stanley Parable. Like, the first ever. Like, look. Look, 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 look. See? 2 doors. Like I said, the first iteration of the game. Before it was really even popular, and before it was, you know, more. I mean, you know, it was weird, and I think that
I
was
wonder
it.
what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Time to Fortnite date. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, so that was cool. Okay, so we got to play that tower game. I forgot what it was called, but it definitely was familiar looking. Um, and then we got to play a little Rocket League. Surprisingly, I didn't think that was
All of his
possible.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Now we have, I think, one more thing to go through.
When Stanley came to a
And
set of
that's
two open
going
doors, this was
through
not the
the,
correct way to the meeting room,
the
and
door
Stanley knew it
to the
perfectly
elevator.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get
Yeah, we
back
gotta
to
go through
business,
this door
Stanley took the
and
first
then
open door on
take
his
the
left.
elevator. Yeah.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh boy. Now, this is one of my favorite endings. This is the confusion ending, if I remember. Yeah, the confusion ending. Where it's all confusing, but it's also
But
very
Stanley
funny.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I like this.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This would be the one ending I would play all the time.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not
What
supposed to
is
be
this?
here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
No. You know, it's so cool. Like, you know, when I first played this game, I thought that this was serious. Like, we just started the game over again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over,
But
completely
when I saw
fresh.
this, I was like,
Everything
what?
should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you
Me?
move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
for sure. I'm gonna go this way. Let's go this way. Ooh, scary. Let's enter the door on our right.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, oh man, come on, stop resetting the game, man. Like, I got so mad because, like, I wanted to go throughout another ending, but then I'm like,
All of his co-workers were
it's
gone.
fine.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And then it got way worse.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Computers.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Thank you, narrator.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
And then this is where the adventure line comes along. Yep.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Yeah, we still had a choice to go back here. But, of course, the doors were not here.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
The music also in this.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way,
I'm gonna wait for
is
the
the
music 'cause
story
I
of no
love the
destination
music.
still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten
Let's
the
go.
mood. cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, the fern. Man, it's just abrupt cut music and whatnot.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want there to be a kingdom with knights, swords, battle. So much battle, blood, guts, and gore, and Mortal Kombat stuff. And
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to
ignoring it.
veto the line from having any role in our awesome new
nope.
story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it.
Nope.
And we should be fine.
Nope. No. It's gone. Okay, we're good. We're Gucci.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which
Yeah.
means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
I forgot about
so
the loud.
I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Yeah, the thing is, I think he resetted the game again. I think he didn't. I think he wanted to do it, and now he completely forgets what's happening and whatnot. But yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, guys. What should we do now? Wait, actually, I'm actually gonna look up how many new endings there are. I want to look that up because, dude. Okay, the Stanley, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. New endings. How many endings? More than 20 endings? More than 20 endings? Really? Holy. Um, um, let's see. Hang on, guys. I'm just trying to. How to find all endings. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, the original endings, the new content endings. I want to see the new content endings. Or content endings, as I meant to say. Oh, come on, stupid advertisements. Ah! Sorry about that, guys. My computer is going very slow. Confusion ending, seeing stars ending, office ending, stay in your office. Okay, broom closet ending, white window, white void ending, awaiting input ending. Yeah, okay, we got that. We got that one. Yeah. Indie games ending. Go through the right door to the warehouse. Reach the red door and the blue door. Go through the blue door every time. Okay. Baby clicker ending, which I don't think I will do because, like, that's an actual thing you need to do. Like, it's so stupid. True happiness ending. Blue doors are for losers. Take the red door. Okay. Home at last. Okay, we got that. Unplugged. Bro, what? Okay, there. Whoa, there's a lot. Hold on. New content ending. You first step into the Ultra Deluxe world. Complete 2 resets at the door with 2 rooms. Enter the left door. On the path, enter the new content door. Enter it. Enter it again after the reset. Complete 2 resets. Okay, hang on, guys. Let's Okay, so wait, hang on. Okay, so it says complete 2 resets. Um. At the room with 2 doors, enter the left door. On the path to the boss's office. On the path to the boss's office. Okay, so we need to do 2 resets. From the looks of it. Okay, so 1. Wow. Okay, and then 1 more. So that's 2 resets. That is 2 resets. And now we need to go towards the boss's office. Okay, now we need to go.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Enter the left door. On the path to the boss's room, go to the new content door. Okay. Gosh, there's so many endings. No freaking way. There's so much. Holy crap. Okay. Okay, so escape pod ending. Okay, we know the escape pod ending. Stanley is famous? A new life down below. Stand in the box. Gosh, what the? Why is there so many endings? Okay, okay, I'm not gonna, okay, so on the path to the boss's office, okay. We need to look around, so keep an eye out, guys.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, not there. Okay. Okay. There's the bathroom here. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What do I... Okay, pick one. Okay. Guess let's go throughout the elevator, I guess. trying to think now. Okay, hang on. Okay, you know what? Let's begin the game again. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna do every new thing I find. Unless I haven't even thought about it. You know what? Yeah. Actually, I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't have restarted it.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Yeah, we're not gonna go through that yet. I want to see
When
what
Stanley
happens.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we know what we gotta do.
Yet
Yada
there
yada
was not a
yada.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, first thing we gotta do. Simply, we just gotta go down. We gotta go down. Right? Yeah. And then there's an option where it looks like we can go back up, which I don't think that was in the PC version. I don't think. So we still gotta figure out what's good.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
But going back up.
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator
What?
and went back up.
I never.
Silly
Okay.
me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Dude, what? Dude, are we gonna discover new things? Oh my god. I'm kind of excited. A little bit. Yo, this is odd and strange.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, I guess. Is that it? The keypad is now, you can now enter numbers. There's gotta be, what if there's like a secret code? I'm gonna look at the endings real quick, see if there's anything that has to do with codes. No, there's nothing. Okay then, well. Alright, now let's go back.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Loading, loading, loading. Now it's loading. Okay. We have the choice to
Surely
go
this
back.
time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Nope.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Gosh, I never even heard all this dialogue. This is cool. Okay. I mean, maybe this is the point of it. We're just going back up, and back up again. And boss's office.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
What the? Oh my god. Oh, this is cool.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
What is this game, dude?
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
It's gonna change something?
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
I like screwing with the narrator. It's so funny. I'd never even seen this. I don't even know. Was this in the PC version? I don't think it was. Is he not gonna say anything now? Imagine he jump scares me. That's gonna be...
You know what?
What?
I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize?
What?
It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh my god, no way.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh, man. What? There's so much new things. Look at these cool chairs. A plant. Live on stage. Yo, all eyes on Stanley live on stage. What is this? So that's how Stanley looks like. The storyteller, Stanley Parable, all in his new book. Whoa. World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How he did it, the pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. Wow. Okay. Naming world peace, baby. Okay.
Ah, yes. Here it is, just through this door.
Stage door. The Stanley Parable tonight, live on stage. What did I say? The man. The person, I think? I don't know what that says. Can't really read it. Oh, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. From the Stanley Parable. World's first scientist machine. Portal reference, maybe? Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative.
So much
Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Stanley Ryder. Is that his last name? Did we figure out Stanley's last name? Stanley Ryder. Almonds, chair, gum, table, nut bar. I figured he would put like... Oh, check mark. Huh? What does that do? Huh. Who knows? Welcome, Stanley. Okay. Well, let's see what's good. Natural Geographic. Indoors Monthly. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Showed a picture of the freedom ending. Up again, down again. 427. Of course. What does that say? I don't know. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. Story, Stanley, me, dad, age 6. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. Okay, well, I'm gonna go over here now. The dude who came up with pizza. I want to know that one. The Lord. Ouch. Okay. Stanley about to speak? Dinosaur. Oh god. Is that it? That was it? No way. I was expecting to be more, but...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Well, it seems like everything's now the same, so... I guess...
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't... Narrator, I don't know. I'm a confused man. 416. The phone ending. What is that? Okay. Whoa. Dude, like, oh my god, there's so much new stuff. Oh my god. I think we might have multiple choices, actually. What the...
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Is that a
As
kid?
you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay, pretty cool.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this
Thanks,
sounds
kid.
delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Can I head back?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Wow, really enclosed elevator.
Is it broken? What's going on here?
Hello?
Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at
Yay.
long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Imagine the narrator just breaks the fourth wall.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh my gosh, narrator. Okay.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
We can jump. The jump circle, the game where you can now jump. Wow, this is totally ultra deluxe.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes
Dude,
for
it's the
exciting
jumping
new
game.
content?
If this is new
That was
content,
the greatest
then I
thing
could
ever.
just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
It's gonna be
I'm
another
ready for
stupid
whatever
game.
it is.
Okay. Ooh, that doesn't look safe. Thank you for
That's
enjoying-
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the
my
level of
God.
craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Hold up. I'm gonna check that real quick. Is that really a trophy? Hold on. Hold on, guys. That's an actual trophy. Hold up. Hold on, guys. It's an actual trophy. Test trophy. Please ignore. Test trophy description. Replace this. What?
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yo, not again. He's gonna keep Wait. I think that makes sense now. That makes sense. After complete 2 restarts? Yo. It's gonna be one of those things. Narrator? Narrator?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
I have a choice? I have a choice. Oh my god, guys. I don't even know what to do. What should I do, guys? I mean, I wanna, it seemed like, I think
Oh.
that's,
You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
wow. Okay, so it's just back to the original game. Okay. So is it just the regular game now? You know what? Let's go see this event surprise. Let's actually... Mind freak. Oh man, I probably should have. Yeah, I probably should have. God.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which one should I enter? I mean, it did say, okay, new content.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I have a feeling that might be the door there.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill Supreme.
Okay, let's begin the game again. I feel like we're missing something. I feel like we're actually missing something. Okay, so... Oh. So it starts off from here.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay. Oh god, why do I have a feeling that the narrator is trying to trap me? Knowing him. Rather trying to set me free, or show me something cool, actually. Or simply just being a dick. Probably just being a dick. Let's see.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Nah.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow. Outdoor gameplay. Oh wow, Memory Zone, the Stanley Parable.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Wow. This actually really does take a lot back. 2013. 2013. That'd be A13. Oh, wow. Smile because it happened. What was that? Bits of music. Oh, the Stanley Parable soundtrack. A trip down memory lane. Am I looking at the right camera? Yep. Guys, this is the best thing about the Stanley Parable. $1. Yeah, just, yeah. Guys, $1. That's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Yo! The Stanley Parable demonstration. That is so old. I remember when that released. Oh, man. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. I remember that achievement. Oh, my God. That's actually an achievement that I actually thought was real, so I haven't even played the game in over 5 years. I never even got the audacity to even try to rerun it again, because PC is slow now for me. This is why I'm playing on console now. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Ah, two of the most hardest achievements ever. Guys, look, this table was part of the Stanley Parable. It was the greatest thing ever. Okay, I'm kidding. Work in progress beta. Nominee. Okay. Cool, cool. New video game releasing today. The Stanley Parable. Yes. That ending. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Piano.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, seul sur l'abri de l'eau, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là, dans la mémorisation, où je me remémore les jours.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now
Skyrim.
It's nothing.
Persona 3.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
You are playing the Stanley Parable, The Doors, Top 10 Memories. Wow. The Minecraft, I remember that. The Portal, I remember that. Memory Zone Maintenance. That's actually funny there. Okay, well. What's Person of the Year? Oh, wow. The work of making up the Stanley Parable. The end is never the end is never the end is never. Yep. Wow. For Scott K. Okay. The blue and red door. Okay. Buttons. I remember that button! The smiley face button. That was in the demo. Oh, dude, that is so old. Welcome to the Stanley Parable demonstration. Your number is 29. When your number is displayed, please enter the demonstration room. Thank you, and have a pleasant demonstration. Wow. A bike, and I really never really got to see a bike.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
The Serious Room 2013. Yo, that's the place where when you put in SV_cheats1, you'd get sent there because you weren't allowed to cheat.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh no, don't tell me anything bad's gonna happen. What?
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley.
Reviews.
It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the
Oh
extremely
my
popular
God.
online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years.
Oh.
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Excuse me? No, the narrator is
I'm
good.
not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
So many, like, this is way beyond what I was ever thinking of. So this is the people that took a review of the game and they hated it? What assholes? They turned down a very good game.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Don't talk like that, man. It's okay. Bad reviews, there's always going to be bad reviews.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Really?
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I don't want to skip. Narrator. I don't want to skip you.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are or... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well,
What?
I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Wait, what?
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave?
Ow, my head.
Please, I'll take any option at all.
Ow,
I'm
my
asking
head.
you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just
Oh, you're
wait
making me
here.
tempted, man.
Wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Oh, God. I'm going to wait at least 2 minutes. At least 2 minutes. Alright, so it's 24:40. So we're gonna wait until 26:40. This is actually cool. I like this. Okay, I'm sorry.
Stanley,
What?
please
What?
don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips
Oh
are
my
getting longer, but they're
goodness.
really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my
Whoa.
goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing?
This is
Me
scary.
just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stan. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo.
Time's frozen. Time is frozen.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Stop. I can't. Oh gosh, I feel like a hostage. I'm just checking around everywhere, guys. Whoa. Okay, that's different. It seems like the roof might collapse in. So it's good to skip time. Let's do it. Okay then. I guess we have no choice. I want to get out. The end is never the end, it never is the end, it never the end is never. Is that a mine? Boom. Alright, let's do this. Oh, you're kidding. We're never gonna get out of here, are we? Yeah, well, at least it's peaceful and nothing else. Alright then, moving on. Okay, well that's not creepy at all. Pitch black. Yeah, I don't want to go throughout that. Guys. I can't do that. To skip. We're out. We're out of here. I feel bad for the narrator, but oh my god. Nowhere. We're out. So how the hell? Was that it? Was that the end? That couldn't have been the end. Could it be? It was the end. Must have been.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, guys. So, I was starting to realize, guys, for a second. Now look, 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 look. Over here, some lights are out. It's not over, is it? It's not over. I mean, we can choose for it to be over, but then lights are off in here, and we still have a choice to go to the doors. We gotta do this. We have to.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
New content? So, it's different then. Guys, this game really does confuse me a lot. But you know what? I like it though. Oh, I hate stuffed up nose, but at least it's not getting in the way of what I'm trying to do. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory
Okay.
we'll cover. Edge sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Okay. The end is never the end again. For 2-7, Inventor Showcase. Investor, I mean.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Bird laptop. Yeah, looks cool. The Stanley Parable 2. They're back 2 doors. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. It'd be cool if it looked like, maybe like, this one right here with cursive.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Sorry, I'm just a little tired. To the show floor. Seats, a bus, and a building. New features. Okay. Expo Hall 2. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Please, no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Stepnies.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't
Really?
that wonderful?
Really? Okay.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
So this button says my name? Let's test it out.
Jim.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness!
you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Dang it. Dang it, I wanted to be Jim. Ah. Oh, I'm sorry about my nose, guys. It's really runny.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go blow my nose. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Ugh. I blew my nose, but like that helped.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Stanley. Okay. Infinite hole, free trophy, settings world champion. Free trophy. I want the free trophy. Free trophy. Yeah, I want the free trophy. Free trophy. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more step. It just works. Get yours now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now,
No.
the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I want my trophy. Hang on, wait. Is there anything I can do to change it? Or no? I have a feeling it might be possible. It's just we gotta do a lot of things around this game. Because apparently there's actually collectibles in the game
What
now.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? Oh, goodness. Stanley, this is very awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to both the exhibits for the bucket and the collectibles. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves both of them. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the collectibles and the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Okay. Collect them all. Actually, I want to see the jump circle. Let me see that real quick. Yeah.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Fine, whatever. Collectibles.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wow. Just like that. Just like that.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Let's see what this is. I'm sorry if I'm sniffing a lot, guys. My allergies really hate me.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
What?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Infinite hole. What's this? Oh, no, we already seen that. Okay. What was one place we haven't checked out? Okay, well, it seems like we checked out everything, so I guess to the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What if I just stay here?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why do I have a feeling there's actually a bottom?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
All right.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
sure.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Is this for real? What? What was that? Why am I scared? Yo. There's probably a secret.
What the? My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's
Lost in the used to be where that stood for.
Stanley? Stanley! Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
What? I didn't press anything. Oh, what?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Is the gym button here? Please tell me it's here. Damn it. So he said that there was new features now? Okay. What kind of new features? Excuse me. Wait, I wonder now. Can we get the trophy now? Let's test it out. Trophy test? Damn. Oh boy. Dang, we can't go back to the infinite hole. New feature. Oh wait, there's a pathway there. I think that's new. That's new. Oh no, it's not a pathway, it's... let's try... I guess we can try the exit over here. See if that works. Unless the brick wall is still there. No, it's not. Oh. It's different. What the hell?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Bro,
sort
you
of...
suck.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
I wanted more than
There was
anything to
there
create a
was
sequel that
Stanley
would
trophy
capture
there.
all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh God. No, wait a minute. Are we gonna watch a cutscene that has like, yo, that's gonna be lit. What? Bro, what? Guys, this is so much to handle. Wow. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna blow my nose again real quick. Be right back. Dude, this is... That's actually really cool. Sorry. Okay. Begin. See how it looks like. Imagine that was just it. It probably is, knowing the narrator. Let's see.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We're gonna listen to the cutscene.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Regular cutscene.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
This is so weird.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company
My God, they're
had
everywhere.
this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket! 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 Bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay, so it's like going on with like the regular narration. Oh, that's new. Okay. Just add something there. Add a balloon on us. Yeah. This game is Oh, it's now different. Okay, we're taking the bucket with us, and we actually have choices to make. Wow.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Dude, what? I think I'm gonna do what he says. Cause, dude... Okay, wait. Okay, I think if we now go to the boss, near the boss's office...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This
So much
broom
has
closet
changed.
believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That was the head downstairs. I could still do other options, but I'm going to possibly... No. Huh.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. Sweet. I wonder if there's a list of these. We can't open up that door.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Wait, whoa, yo! I saw a Stanley Parable figurine. I missed it. Okay, please tell me I can go back up. I think I should be able to.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
So wait, can we do like every ending with the bucket? I want to say that sounds boring, but it also sounds really funny as well. Oh, the figurine is not here. Dang. What was I thinking?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Dang, I just missed the freaking... Damn.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something.
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number? Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Bro.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps.
Okay.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was inconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Okay. Guys, this game is so packed with stuff now. Like, bunch of new stuff and... Oh my god.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
My gosh, there's so many things to do. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to think now.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I have my complimentary bucket. Okay, this bucket belongs with me. It's like it's so different now.
Oh,
like, now the
good,
dialogue's
Stanley.
different.
I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
What? Can you play the music again? Narrator? What is... Oh, I get it. Okay, this is part... Okay. Dude, this is so cool! And yet so stupid. I'm sorry to say that, but...
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Okay.
This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. I want this bucket. I want the bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
What?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
I kind of regret doing that.
Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I kind of wanted to figure out, I wanted to see what happens when I put the bucket in. Is it going to restart me? I think it's going to restart me. Yeah, I figured. Okay, now can we actually try that again, but this time we'll actually destroy the bucket? Or it depends if the game is not even ended yet, or if this one huge ass ending has not ended. It feels like one big ending. Okay.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, where the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Alright, let's go back to the right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I hate to get rid of bucket. But I mean, you know, thinking about it, if we actually do get rid of the bucket, I mean, there's probably going to be another ending, which I'll be happy about that.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Yes.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
We gotta do this.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Okay, so it seems like... Okay. So now it seems like... So now it just seems like that this is the game now. But we can't continue on further.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
So...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We'll go throughout some of this. Because I want to see if there's going to be anything different going on. Whoa, what? Inside of a sequel exhibit, a private but smelly place for an important person nearby a fireplace. Okay, some are both red and blue. Red and blue, that's the red and blue door. Okay. Stairs, something to do with stairs. I think I know where. I think I know where. Oh, okay. We can go get to that one right now. A large room, lots of boxes? I don't remember. Okay. So, nearby a fireplace. I know where that is. I think nearby a fireplace, which I think that might be the boss's office. Yeah, because we did see that one. Yeah. Okay, so it is that one. Okay. A large room, lots of boxes. I don't know where that is. I really don't know. Some are both red and blue. Okay, that's... Okay, yeah, I know where that is. A large room, lots of boxes. I don't know where that is. It might be... I don't know. Stairs, something to do with stairs. I think I know where it is. Yeah, you know what, let's go. Thank you. Good luck. Okay. Something to do with stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
This is what I'm thinking. Aha!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley things.
I like that.
What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Alright, a Stanlerine. Okay, well, we got that one. Now we have to go get another one, which is going to be somewhere, I'm guessing, in the boss's office. Yeah. Okay. Let me actually check here. Okay, no.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Ah, there you are.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the
Mini
intrinsic
stands.
sense of
Mini
happiness
stands.
that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay, so now we got that. Okay, so now... Okay, maybe we should just focus on trying to get every miniature Stanley figure in the game. Okay, so let's think about this, guys. So... we were able to get... Okay. So we can do every ending with the bucket. You know what? It's not making me think. Let's try out the endings with the bucket. I kind of want to try the escape ending. Or, you know, where we get crushed by the metal things. Yeah, I want to try that out. I want to see if that'll do anything.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read
something might change.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Wait, we could possibly see different things.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
What if every ending is different now? I haven't even thought about that. Because we went down... Okay, so wait. Didn't we... We already did an ending with the bucket. Right? Yeah. That was the... I don't remember, but... Anyways, let's just head down. Let's see what happens. Maybe nothing's gonna change. Let's just see. I think I've been playing this game for almost 3 hours. Good lord. I still have the bucket.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Stanley and the bucket.
In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
My gosh. It's so weird.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
No! Bucket friend! No, the bucket. Dude, so everything does change. Oh, that's so neat. Oh, that's neat. That is neat. Okay, I don't really want to read all of it, but oh my goodness.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Things do change. That's awesome. Inferno bucket. Okay. Oh my god. Bucket. Bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Oh no, not the infinite hole.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements. If only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Because that always scares me, dude. Cause it's like, shmush. Wait, hang on, guys. I have an idea. Oh shit. Usually you gotta pause the game and begin the game over, but dang. So we practically did every ending at the beginning. Now we're just doing a bunch of new endings. Wow. It did say more than 20 endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Can we do the achievement again?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Anything's gonna be different with that. Okay. Let's just go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I know a simple one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yo, I thought about something.
And here it was.
Dude.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
Guys, do you remember when we fell to that bottomless pit in the monitor room? We survived. What if we fell off the cargo hold?
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Maybe we'll survive.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I doubt maybe it'll work, but let's see.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
How deeply touching indeed. Okay. So, now I'm trying to think. If we were to do the phone endings, what would that do? I don't know. That's gonna be so different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And the whiteboard ending. Yep.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket.
Off, Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You know what? No. Let's go to the left, actually. Let's follow his instructions for a little bit. Because I have an idea. Okay, yes, this. A large room, lots of boxes. Where's that at? A large room, lots of boxes. A large room, lots of boxes. A large room. Large room. And there's lots of boxes. What could that be? Where can it be? It can't be down in the maintenance area. And I know where the red and blue are. But the large room buckets. Large room.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I actually want to try this right now. Yeah, with the bucket. Let's see.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom.
That's so cool. Like,
for me, in difficult times such as these.
Buckets.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stan.
Guys, okay, so I always keep thinking that, I always want to keep thinking that, that maybe the ending's the same, just different dialogue, but no. The whole thing changes, like, the area changes. Look,
he had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how
I know this ending's kind of sad, but oh my god, with the buckets, it's so good.
Everything is predetermined and free will is...
The sequel is now paused.
It's an illusion, and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Backflip? Bro, okay. I can't with this game. I cannot with this game. It's so good. But yeah, it's so stupid. Okay, so a very large room with boxes. Wait, I know. It's the warehouse. The warehouse, obviously. Duh.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,000...
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Yeah,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
yeah, that's obviously have to be the warehouse. So if we were both at the warehouse and... yeah.
Coming to a staircase,
Okay,
Stanley and the bucket
upstairs.
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah. Actually, I want to take my bucket to the elevator. Will that do anything? Probably not, but... yeah, nothing really, so... nothing really changed. Just...
Stepping...
Yo, me and the bucket, we can escape now. Let's go. I didn't even mean to do that, but hey, now me and the bucket, we can escape. Oh snap, I didn't realize that the door closes. Okay. Huh. Okay then. Well, I got my bucket with me. Although I don't think it's gonna change much, because really, all that ever happens is, yeah, you know what? Nothing's really gonna change. So, I'll restart the game, and what I will do, I'll do another ending. For a second I was thinking about the confusion ending, but that was, the one where you go to the maintenance and whatnot. So let's just go to the right door, I guess.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we still gotta do some stuff here, so... Perhaps there's a
Coming to a
collectible
staircase,
ending.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
The boss's office, got you.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Hang on. I was
It is
checking my
certainly the most
battery.
logical explanation.
We still got some battery left. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we did the escape ending, the downstairs ending. Now, what would happen if we were to do both of the endings in the mind control facility? I think that's what it's called. Or, you know, when we gotta do the bomb.
Stanley and the
thing
bucket
whatnot.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
mind control facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raised furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the control. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh my god. No way. Oh my god.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Oh my.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
My god, dude. Are you for real? That I really thought the place was gonna blow up again, but oh my god. Now I'm really interested to see what happens when we turn it off. I'm really interested to see. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Wait.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Yeah, I don't think... I was about to say, you know what, let's do this. Yeah, because since, you know... Okay, here we go. Bop, bing, bada, bang.
Yes!
whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
Okay, there is
We've
new
done
things
it.
here.
We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in
What
his
am I
machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What? The bucket is a traitor? An imposter? Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
All of his co-workers were... The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, so we have that, we did that, we just did that. Let's see, anything else we're missing? Oh yeah, off. That's what we need to do. Yes. Like I said, I'm gonna get this all done. And tonight, yes. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Of course, we're walking to the boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
My nose is feeling just a little bit better. Like it's not stuffed too much right now. Which I'm happy about, so... I want to see what happens when I do the pushing thing.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No.
Not the door.
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Bro. Oh my god. These endings. So it's like, it's kind of reversed. So the good endings become bad endings. Bad endings become good endings. It's kind of like that. If you think about it.